Hello. Drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today, the chaos engulfing Genoa City takes another dramatic turn when Newman finds himself forced into a confrontation he never wanted to have. After weeks of investigations, hidden agendas, dangerous confrontations, and escalating threats, Nick reaches a point where he can no longer excuse Phyllis Summers' increasingly reckless behavior. What begins as frustration quickly transforms into a serious warning that could permanently alter their already complicated relationship. At the center of the conflict is Phyllis's refusal to stop pursuing answers on her own. Ever since the mystery surrounding Matt Clark, Diane's disappearance, and the hooded figure began spiraling out of control, Phyllis has repeatedly ignored warnings from law enforcement, Victor Newman, and even Nick himself. While her determination has occasionally uncovered valuable clues, it has also repeatedly placed herself and others directly in danger. Nick has tried being patient. He has tried reasoning with her. He has tried protecting her. But after the latest series of events, he feels he has run out of options. The breaking point comes when new information surfaces regarding Phyllis's unauthorized involvement in several sensitive aspects of the investigation. According to Nick, her actions not only jeopardized active operations, but may have interfered with efforts to locate both Matt and Diane. During a tense confrontation, Nick does not hold back. He bluntly tells Phyllis that if she continues crossing legal boundaries and obstructing ongoing investigations, she could find herself facing arrest. The warning leaves Phyllis stunned. Although she expected criticism, she never imagined Nick would seriously suggest legal consequences. Initially, she reacts with anger. Phyllis argues that she has accomplished more than many investigators by refusing to accept convenient explanations. She insists her actions stem from a desire to protect Peaple and expose the truth. Nick understands her intentions, but he no longer believes intentions are enough. In his eyes, the situation has become too dangerous. People have been attacked. Lives have been threatened. Evidence has been compromised. The stakes are simply too high. As the argument intensifies, old wounds begin resurfacing. Years of history, trust issues, emotional baggage, and unresolved feelings suddenly spill into the conversation. Neither Nick nor Phyllis can separate their personal frustrations from the crisis unfolding around them. The confrontation becomes painful for both of them. Despite their disagreements, neither wants to be standing on opposite sides. Yet circumstances seem determined to push them apart. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Genoa City, Matt Clark finds himself spiraling further into emotional chaos. The mounting pressure surrounding the investigation is crushing him. Lily's public leak, the failed operations, the surveillance files, the mysterious messages, the hunt being conducted by Victor Newman. Every development tightens the walls around him. Matt begins feeling trapped from every direction. Unlike before, however, his fear no longer focuses solely on being captured. He is terrified of something else. Someone else. The mysterious force that has been controlling events from the shadows appears to be losing patience. Anonymous warnings become more frequent. Communications grow more aggressive. Matt increasingly believes his usefulness has expired. That belief pushes him toward the edge. As his paranoia intensifies, Matt struggles, distinguishing real threats from imagined ones. Every ringing phone sounds ominous. Every passing vehicle seems suspicious. Every unfamiliar face feels dangerous. Sleep becomes nearly impossible. Exhaustion starts affecting his judgment. His emotional stability deteriorates rapidly. Meanwhile, Victor continues pursuing every available lead. The discovery of extensive surveillance networks and encrypted communications has convinced him that the operation behind the hooded figure is far larger than originally believed. Victor's determination becomes relentless. He instructs his team to track financial activity, monitor suspicious contacts, and identify anyone connected to the mysterious organization. What worries him most is Matt's recent behavior. According to Victor, a desperate man becomes unpredictable, and Matt appears more desperate than ever. Nick shares similar concerns. Although Matt recently saved his life during the warehouse confrontation, Nick recognizes that gratitude does not eliminate danger. Matt remains unstable. He remains frightened, and frightened people often make catastrophic decisions. Meanwhile, Sharon watches events unfold with growing concern. She has spent considerable time reflecting on everything that happened between herself and Matt. While she cannot forget the trauma he caused, she increasingly believes he may have been manipulated far more extensively than anyone realized. That possibility troubles her deeply, because if Matt was a pawn, then the real mastermind remains free, and potentially closer than anyone suspects. At the same time, Jack Abbott continues his relentless search for Diane. Every clue points toward her still being alive. Every setback strengthens his determination. But the emotional toll is becoming impossible to ignore. Jack's frustration grows each time another lead collapses. His anger intensifies whenever new complications emerge. And Billy's decision to expose details publicly only adds additional pressure. The entire Abbott family feels trapped in a cycle of hope and disappointment. Meanwhile, Phyllis struggles with Nick's warning. For all her confidence and stubbornness, his words affect her more than she wants to admit. The threat of arrest is troubling, but what hurts most is the realization that Nick genuinely believes she has become part of the problem. That accusation cuts deeply. Phyllis begins questioning whether her obsession with uncovering the truth has clouded her judgment. The possibility is difficult to accept. Yet recent events provide uncomfortable evidence. Several operations have gone wrong. Multiple confrontations have escalated unexpectedly. And despite all her efforts, Diane remains missing. For the first time, self-doubt begins creeping in. Meanwhile, Matt's emotional collapse accelerates. Isolated and increasingly paranoid, he becomes convinced the people controlling the operation are preparing to eliminate him permanently. A series of mysterious messages only reinforce that belief. One particularly disturbing communication leaves him visibly shaken. Although the exact contents remain unknown, witnesses later describe Matt as completely unraveling afterward. His fear transforms into panic. His panic transforms into desperation. And desperation often leads to dangerous choices. Later, Chance receives alarming intelligence suggesting Matt may be planning something drastic. The details remain unclear, but investigators fear he could attempt to flee permanently, expose sensitive information publicly, or confront those responsible directly. None of the possibilities end well. Victor immediately mobilizes resources. Nick prepares for another difficult search, and Sharon worries the situation may soon spiral beyond anyone's control. As night falls over Genoa City, tensions reach unprecedented levels. Nick stands firm in his warning to Phyllis. Phyllis wrestles with painful questions about her own actions. Victor closes in on critical leads. Jack refuses giving up on Diane. And Matt Clark continues descending toward an emotional breaking point that could change everything. The greatest concern, however, remains the same. The true architect behind the hooded figure and the larger conspiracy is still out there, watching, waiting, planning. And if Matt finally loses control completely, the resulting fallout could expose secrets powerful enough to shake Genoa City to its core. By the time the next chapter unfolds, loyalties may be shattered, alliances may shift, and lives may never be the same again.